Hey everybody, it's Chris. We are going to do a painting on a very large scale today. I'm hoping it turns out, but if it doesn't turn out, you'll never know. So we bought a camper and it's a 2008. And one of my reasons for buying an older camper was so that Jim would allow me to do whatever I wanted to it. I knew that if we bought a new camper, he would not be quite as accommodating to the things that I wanted to do. So in that camper, I'll try to put up a little picture of it. In the kitchen, the backside of the cabinets kind of face like the living room area, if you will. And right now it's just plain paneling, which everything in there is going to be painted anyway. So I thought, why not put a really cool painting on that little wall to go beneath the countertops. So I'm going to attempt a Canela Dutch pour. And I will say that I used her recipe, and I will tell you I didn't have a lot of success with it. I have tried multiple tests and it just was not working for me. So I ended up thickening the paints up. So I'm hoping, that's kind of why I said that if it doesn't work out, you'll never know, because I'm hoping it works out. I have tested and tested and tested, and I've just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it and we'll see what happens. I'm doing half of my canvas, if you will, in black and the other half in white, going with a diagonal strip, as you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and lay my paints down and cover this up. I have a great big pastry knife I'm going to use to spread my paints out. And I'm gonna fast forward through this part and I'll be back in just a moment. All right, so I've got it all covered with white paint and black paint. I've smoothed it out, hopefully so that when she does dry, she'll be nice and level. There is Floetrol in the paint, so that should help it to smooth out as the painting dries. My colors that I'm using are kind of custom colors, really. The camper is going to have kind of some hunter green in it. So I have a hunter green that I've mixed up along with some emerald, this little piggy. I have a really pretty mineral blue that I've mixed up. And then always my favorite, my violet. And I've also got some metallic cobalt, which is an Artist Loft, along with some gold, another green, and then we'll probably put some pearlized white in it as well. So I think I'm gonna start with the navy, or the mineral blue. I'm just gonna start down here at the bottom and lay a nice line of color. I don't think I'm gonna reach all the way up to the top without getting in your way. And then I want a wisp to come up here and one this way. And then I'm just gonna continue to layer on my color. All right, fingers crossed this works, guys. Got my blow dryer here. I'm gonna see if I can try and keep the cord out of the paint. And we'll see what we get. Well, I'm actually impressed with how it's turning out. I do think I want to go back and use my straw to kind of blow out some of these areas. I didn't want it to turn to mud, but I do have some really pretty cells. I love that gold. So let me touch this up a bit and then I will show you the final product. Okay, I think it turned out really pretty. I will take some close-ups so that you can kind of see the cells. I have to say that I kind of wish I would have done it all on a black background because I really love that gold and blue on the black. But I know that I have some iridescent and metallics in here, so it's going to be really beautiful when it's dry too, which you won't be able to see right now with it being wet. I'm gonna let this guy dry. I didn't tell you, what I didn't tell you is what this is painted on. We had some of this board laying around. I believe it's an 1/8 inch thick. I will check to see exactly what it's called. I know that we probably purchased it at Home Depot. And it is kind of like an MDF, but as you can tell, it's kind of a darker brown. And what I did with it, Jim cut it to the size that I needed. We went a 1/2 inch over just because I was afraid that these edges might grab some moisture. It does have 2 coats of Bullseye 123 primer on it. And as I said, I cut it a 1/2 inch, or had Jim cut it a 1/2 inch bigger, just in case we need to trim it down, so that it would get rid of the rough edges. But I think by putting the Bullseye 123 primer on there, hopefully I've alleviated any issues with it bubbling or retaining moisture. Once this dries, I'm probably going to use a varnish on it. I would love to resin it, but I'm trying to keep the weight down and this would take a lot of resin. And it kind of gets quite heavy when you put resin on it. So anything that we do in the camper, we have to kind of keep in mind that we don't want to put a lot of extra weight in there when we do it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Hopefully I can show you a picture of this when it's installed. but that's probably a couple months down the road because it's only February and we probably won't be camping for a few months in Iowa. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.